that a gay? The oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear, and the oldest and strongest kind of fear is fear of the unknown. H.P. Lovecraft. Everyone fears something. Fear is built into us, and if you are really lucky, it will not consume you. There is a niggle at the back of your brain, reminding you not to hang your legs off the bed, not to look behind you as you run up the stairs at night after turning off the light. When passing a mirror, you hope that it was only your reflection you could see. That inch of movement you think you've seen from the corner of your eye. That blood-run cold feeling you get for no reason. That is fear. Welcome to a look into the unknown, where fear is always on the cards. Welcome to Paranormal Patter.
Welcome back to Paranormal Patter. It is our first episode of 2023 as the Paranormal Patter squad. How are you guys doing?
Doing very well, mate. Doing very, very well. How are you doing?
Did you all have a good Christmas?
I don't know who's going to answer first. I was like, I go to Jimmy. Christmas was actually pretty decent, man. Yeah.
And New Year?
Yeah. Quiet. Had some close family for Christmas and some other close family for New Year. So it's not bad at all.
My Christmas and New Year, I had some close family turn out of the fucking paranormal side. Class, eh?
Aye, that wasn't good.
That's not good.
I know.
Have you
Fucking
heard,
mental.
You heard for them since, or?
That's why we're doing this show. No, fuck's sake, man.
Mate, that's what I'm here for.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I know that I am really not that sensitive. Aye. So, J-Mac, how was yours? Any of your family? Away?
It was extremely, extremely quiet. We were supposed to we only had planned to have my mother and father-in-law for Christmas Day, and then my mother-in-law got the flu, so it was just father-in-law. Then on Boxing Day, she went into hospital. She was in hospital for 11 days, I think. It got pretty bad. So that wasn't fun, but it was nice. It was nice and quiet, and I made some great meals, man. I really did.
You made some great meals.
I did a nice big turkey crown for Christmas, and then it was a roast beef joint for New Year's Day, and I cooked it nice and pink. See, I went for like 20 odd years. I went for 20 odd years thinking I hated roast beef, but it turns out I just hate it when it's badly done. My mum
don't like it
cooked it. She cooked it all the way through. My mum was really paranoid about food poisoning because my brother got it when he was really young, of a chicken. So there was no such thing as medium rare in my house. But then I had proper roast beef in a restaurant one time. I was like, damn, that's good. Yeah, it was nice to wolf some of that down with some gravy.
I also done the Christmas dinner in my gaff. I know it was all right. I spent all day on my feet. Class. Before we get into the crux of the show today, I'm going to let you guys at home know that you can support us on Ko-fi.com/Jibber podcast. And we kind of said to ourselves, hey, how cool would it be this year if we, in fact, you see the link right up here in the top left-hand corner. If you guys wanted to send us to like the scariest place, like an episode there, where like, geez, we head to like a proper scary place and we stay overnight, we'd proper do that. Like, so if you support us on Ko-fi and just like donate us a coffee or whatever, we'll let that build up and then we'll put it over to you guys to tell us you guys need to go here, and it'll be terrifying. We'll go there, we'll film it, and you'll all have a great time, and we probably won't. So you can support us there on Ko-fi. By the way, I thought we'll make a wee bit funny this today. J-Mac, you up for reading a wee comment? So if you guys follow us on YouTube or any social media, anywhere, and you leave us a wee comment about our show, right, we'll pick one and maybe read it out every week. So this one here, comment of the week, J-Mac, I'll let you read it out.
Thanks very much. This was a comment on the video we did on the black.
Exceptional.
the Black Lady of Lark Hall. And this comment comes from Body Hanger, which is a class username.
I know, love his profile picture.
In this episode, we did kind of tear into a guy that was quite a heavy subject of the whole thing. I think he was the psychic investigator that was dealing with the whole case. So we did go quite heavy on this guy. But anyway, so did any of you know Mr. Robertson? Or are you just slagging off the man because of his beliefs, history, and writings, now that he has passed and cannot defend himself? I'm a regular in the Applebank Inn and knew Tom Robertson very well. Did you? I listened to the whole podcast with my wife, and we were not happy at the amount of disrespect you all had for the history that surrounded Broomhill House and the surrounding area. Never once did you mention that Harry Hamilton was connected to the family of the Duke of Hamilton. So that showed a lack of research on your behalf. Not going to argue with you, buddy. You portrayed nothing but the realization that here indeed were three ignorant young men who cared nothing for local history and attempted to debunk one man's beliefs once he had passed. You all failed. Okay. Right. So,
all right.
That was. Do you know what? It's always nice to get constructive criticism, even if it's fair fud. So, I don't know. What were your thoughts on that, Kevin?
Body Hanger, man. First off, if you're gonna say something, say it with your face. Say it with your name, right? Put yourself out there instead of hiding behind a Heisenberg face and calling yourself Body Hanger. Fuck me, man. But on that, fair play. We always say on our episodes, you know, we're not experts. We're not in the paranormal field. We're just three dudes. Well, 2.5 when I don't know where Kieran's went.
Just here, man. My camera's just not having it, man. It's just not having it.
Just as you were talking about no hiding behind a mask.
No, Kieran doesn't.
Kieran buggers off.
But we always say, you know, if there's anything that you want to contribute to the show, the comment section is there. If you want to jump on and talk to us, we'll give you the link. We're not always the best researched. We try, but this is why it's called Paranormal Patter. And we did rip the boy to shreds, but can you blame us? Andy Gibbs says, "Hi guys, hello Andy, nice to have you with us tonight."
Just off of that as well, though, I want to point out something that occurred to me. Actually, it didn't occur to me at the time. It occurred to me when you were reading it out, J-Mac.
Mm-hmm.
We did that over a year ago, and it's still being watched. I count that as an achievement.
Absolutely.
Correct.
I mean, like you said, Kevin, the name of this show is Paranormal Patter, not Paranormal PhD.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Paranormal facts, PHACTS.
I wish I had a PhD, man. Oh,
what you do have is a wee ginger cat.
Honestly, I don't know what's going on with this. I'll fix it.
Man, every time.
Can anybody please donate to the coffee.com website to get Kieran a new fucking camera? Because this happens.
I don't know, man.
Get my dedicated cam.
These cameras haunted.
Basically, the reason why we're asking you for money, as politely as possible, is we drink, we swear, we say what we want, we offend a lot of people, but we like to go places. So please, that's pretty much it.
We need to get good at the fundraising thing, otherwise we'll never take this seriously. So go for it. Just chuck money at us. Chuck money at us.
Wait, you don't take this seriously? I'm fucking.
So we're here tonight to talk about the Enfield Poltergeist. It's been done a death, I think. No pun intended. I mean, I never tried that. It just was one of those things. It just kind of happened. So I mean, this was 1977, and at the time, it was believed that they just wanted a new house, the wee family. The family consisted of Janet Hodgson. By the way, if you go and check our social media, you check our stories, I've done a wee thing for you, but it was Janet Hodgson, right?
There you go, well done.
Yep, well done.
By the way, she's a looker. Margaret Hodgson. There was Johnny Hodgson, Billy Hodgson, and Peggy, man, Peggy Hodgson,
Big
right,
Pego.
the
Big
Hodgsons,
lad.
and it was believed because they'd split with the old da that you know, they were making stuff up because they were going through trauma and all that. Because back then it was like, oh, they've split up, like the atrocity, and they kind of just put it down to that, right? But a lot of mad shit was happening in the gaff. Folk getting thrown about, right? Folk getting thrown about. A wee lassie getting all the.
All right, my name's Bill.
And folk like, oh, you can't be real, man. Can't be real. I saw a lot of mad shit happened in there, and the papers were all over it. But I think what really stood out for people was the fact that all these different people for different media organizations had come and was having their own experience during that time.
Mhm.
So tonight, what we're going to do is talk a bit about what holds water and what doesn't, and where we sit on the fence. Which way are we going to jump off a fence? Was it all this shite or no? And since we've started this series, we always kind of lean towards it's a crock of shite, usually, which is quite unfortunate. But this is one of those things that I'd say more people believe that it was true than it wasn't, you know, even after hoaxes and all that being said. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play some audio, right? And we're going to listen to what's essentially the tapes of the folks for the papers and whatnot, and they do all sound like the cast on the buses, right? Because I know it's like proper old 70s English, right? But I'm going to play that, right? And we're just going to sit here and listen to it, right? If you need to make pause at any point, just raise your finger. And everybody at home, eh?
Just before you do it, you just reminded me of the reason I got my first DVD player back in 2000 or whenever it was. The reason I got it, if I would have been 1998, something like that. The reason I got it was so that I could see all the Bruce Lee movies completely uncut because they were all released on DVD, completely uncut for the first time in the UK. So I was like, I need to do this. So. The bonus features on them are great. I mean, it shows you all the original trailers for them, and one of them was original UK TV spot for The Way of the Dragon, right? And it was just a clip of Bruce Lee kicking at the camera. It's from the film, so it's just him kicking towards the camera like he's kicking Chuck Norris, which nobody can do in real life, of course. And it's just him going, "Hada! Hada!" And then this voice comes on and goes, "Bruce Lee, Way of the Dragon, all over London from Sunday." it just made me laugh every time I see it. That old broadcast voice is hilarious. All over London from Sunday. It's like a really high-pitched Matt Berry. It's hilarious, man. And check it out if you can.
I'll definitely check it out. So anybody that's the beer, Kieran. Anybody that's watching this with us, tell us what you think in the comments also, okay? So here is the audio from the Enfield case.
You fucking bloody bastard bitch! Fuck you! Bloody fuck you, bloody fucking mother bloody fuck bitch!
Wrong button. Here is the Enfield book.
Say my name. Come on, let me hear you say my name. That's not my name. Come on, my name's Morris. Let me hear you say it. Morris. Say Dr. Belloc. Come on, let me hear you say that. Come on, let's hear you say Dr. Belloc. Could you close that door down? Say Dr. Belloc. What is it?
Dr. Belloc!
Now, if you squeak the bed, I can't hear you talking. Now, say Dr. Belloc. Come on. Come on, say it for me, Dr. Belloc. Dr. Belloc.
I'm 72 years old. I come from Jibber graveyard, and I have
right near the church where Rena lives. And all my friends come from there as well. And we all make a game and go to the pub. And then we thought we'd pick your house, because I used to live here. And I will tell you the law. And if you don't get anyone else, just let Mr. Hook and Mr. Playback.
I'm going to pause it there for a second.
Mhm.
What do you think of that?
Well, I think it's impressive. If she's faking it, it's impressive. There's no two ways about that. No two ways about it.
I mean, it's the slitting of the
Um,
throat. Eh? I can't imagine any of my kids like that's no pattern that they would use. I
No,
mean, Rosie
no.
maybe, but
No, and I know it's not not actually in the thing, but it's where it says all my friends are for there or from there, and Michael Caine.
true. Andy Gibbs says without video, it's not much. True. What was
Agreed.
it like to acquire a video
In the 70s.
back then? Because I remember when I was like 10, nobody had a video camera, and when somebody's dad did, you're like,
I bet these guys. You remember these guys are for the press. Like the recording of that didn't come for the police. That's from the press. So surely there's
Yeah.
got to be.
I don't know. I don't actually
High
think
level.
if I might be wrong, but I don't actually think this is a recording from the BBC or anything that we're looking at the time. I think this is just one of the recordings from Morris Gross, who was essentially a paranormal investigator for
Yeah,
the
that's him.
Society for Psychical Research, who was kind of looking into it. I think that's his own recording. So it's quite conceivable that they wouldn't have video. There is plenty of video out there of her doing this voice.
Yeah.
But
Just
it tends to be in copyrighted material, so it's maybe a bit harder to bring up. I don't know if you're going to bring it up anyway, Kevin.
I have images.
So it's an interesting sound to come out in an 11-year-old girl's mouth.
It is.
But she, I don't know, man. But she is a strange girl, like in general.
I mean, she
She's
does
strange-
kind of look strange.
I mean,
strange
I-
character.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
tell-
even, like,
mate.
just watching, but even just watching like interviews and stuff with her, she's just very. I don't know. It's like she has a wee word with herself before she says something out loud.
See if that's no the Queen
Yeah.
bassist in the top left.
Right, so we've got John Deacon. We've got John Deacon top left, Freddie Mercury on the right. Who's at the bottom? She could chew an apple through a letterbox, man.
Nah. Oh, Linda says sounds like Anna Faris in the House Bunny. Aye, I'll go for that. We've got Queen.
Fantastic.
Aye, they were a wee bit. I mean, look at Big Peggy, man. She looks like she's fucking on it, isn't she?
Look at the guy at the back. Was that the guy for the recording you played first?
Aye. I mean, look. There's her jumping off a bed.
No, that's her levitating.
It just so happens to be from the bed. I mean, was she on the
Aye.
bed when she got swung about?
There's quite a few photos of this, and it's like a photo. It's the camera that was set up on them was set to basically take a photo every 1/4 of a second. So there is actually like a full wee sequence of how that kind of transpired. But I'm not going to lie, man. It looks like she's jumping off the bed.
I know, right?
Can you go back to the previous one just for a second?
Yeah.
Got to love these posters, man. She's got Starsky and Hutch on her wall.
That is quite impressive, though.
That's
That is
David
very
Soul and
I know.
what's his name? Paul Michael Glazer, I think. There'll be other ones there that I can't quite make out. Probably Queen.
That's just above the headboard.
That does look like Queen before they were famous on the left.
Aye.
Queen's Pajama Party 1958.
When did you both first hear of this story? And I'll tell you what. I'll start actually. I watched a movie called When the Lights Go Out, and it's got It's the one that doesn't have Timothy Spall in it, or does it? No, because
the Timothy Thal.
it was a TV series, wasn't it?
Timothy Spall.
Aye.
Yeah, he was in the mini series on Sky.
Yes,
which
so
was
it
actually
before
really
that.
good.
Hey, all movies. I think The Conjuring is too Hollywood.
When
for
the
telling
lights
the
go out,
story.
I'm sure when the lights go out, it's about 30 East Drive. Which isn't this.
No.
It is.
No, that's Green.
No.
They're on Green Street.
They're on Green Street.
If you listen really carefully in the recordings, you can hear folk going, "Ooh, oh, yeah."
No, When the Lights Go Out movie. I'm sure that was about the Enfield thing. No,
Oh, it's definitely 30 East Drive. It's a different story, but it's
it's not the same thing.
similar in nature. It's like a council house down south somewhere, and
I thought it was exactly, mate. The Mandela effect again.
you just Shazammed yourself.
Can
use
it
it. We're
be?
back to this.
Yorkshire during 1974. Oh, so it was years before it then.
3 years before.
But it's the same thing. The old guys there and everything. They've definitely just stole the plot, right?
My name's Bill Wilkins, and I died in my own shit.
Aye, it has to be because Bill's in that. I know.
I don't know.
What
Well,
that's some spooky shit. It's going on my MySpace.
I think MySpace is haunting the internet at this point.
Do you actually still have a MySpace?
Well, aye.
I think I've still got a
see.
Bebo.
I tried, but it got deactivated a couple of years ago.
Aye.
They went through a
God
phase
dang.
unless you used it or whatever, they deactivated it all.
So, aye.
Damn, I remember that was
What's the first time you heard it, J-Mac?
Probably watching Most Haunted at some point.
Aye.
I'm sure they would have discussed it, if not done an investigation of it.
And you
Or-
proper shite you're selling that. Aye.
Oh, aye, I was pure keeking my breekins, man.
Kieran, what about you? What was the first time you'd ever heard of the Enfield haunting?
I don't know, actually, to be honest with you. It's one I've known about for a long time. I think even when I was like, right, we'll go back into it, I'm like, okay, I'm not really sure what it was. I started looking it up, and obviously the infamous pictures. I'm like, I've known them for years. So again, it could have been Most Haunted. It could have been just watching random, ghost hunting shows, or just into paranormal shows and stuff throughout the UK. Honestly, couldn't tell you. To be honest, couldn't get a date.
No date on it.
Nah.
I don't know, but Peggy seems to me like, I don't know. If anybody was putting them up to it, was Peggy.
Aye.
Not to mention, does she look a wee bit crazy, but she also looks a wee bit.
You try to tell me that Peggy has some careless whispers?
Well, she's your son. Aye, she's just a bit. Don't know. Sometimes you just look at something and you go, I don't know if I trust you.
Oh, wait. What's that noise? I can hear a copyright strike coming.
Oh, aye. Surely no.
Surely no for playing a highly... for playing a very well-known song.
I don't know how many seconds did we play it for. I think there's something about that.
Fair
Allows
use
you not
policy, I
to.
suppose. Aye.
I'll fight it.
I'll fight
I mean, we get away with worse every week. We get away with worse, don't we?
Between that and Ghosts on Film, we're sorted. If we ever make this into a proper TV show, we have to fight the copyright claims to make that our theme tune, please.
Well, Kieran. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen at home, you can support our show by going to Coffee Jibber Jabber Podcast. Help us get Ghosts on Film on our TV series that will air 10 years from now. Right? If everybody donates like
I'll be
20
nearly
pence,
50.
if everybody donates 20 pence, we should be able to afford at least.
I'm going to be nearly 50 in 10 years.
Oh, dude.
Ghosts on Film class.
Just had an existential crisis there for a minute. It's going to take me a minute to get back into this, guy.
So the evidence of this case. Don't know. Again, it's always the thing, right? So much, and obviously I'm a believer, right? Then I seen her face, but
Copyright.
the thing is,
Copyrighted
that's-
ugly. Yeah.
I know. There's the thing. Never seen her face, but I'm a believer. I am a believer, but just there's no enough. Hey, there's just no enough. Like
thing
if it
is-
was so, you know what I mean?
There's a lot of eyewitness reports about it, including from the police.
I think
Now-
that's the one thing that makes it sort of credible.
Aye, like I think if it was just two wee girls playing a prank, I think the police would have spotted it.
Aye.
Well,
Well, that's kind of where they went, eh? But the cops actually said, "Oh, by the way, sorry, but we didn't deal with ghosts, so you're
Aye.
kind of on your own." Imagine that, eh?
So who are you going to call? No, the police.
Copyrighted again. Come on, man.
Aye, they basically just were told here. If there's somebody that's like on this side, giving you shit, give us a shout. And the thing as well, they were always like, "Yo, these motherfuckers are just making shit up so that they can get a new gaff because this gaff's all minging." But they
The
were
thing
offered a new gaff, and they were like, "Nah, we didn't want a new gaff. We just want you to take Big Bob out of here."
Big Bob, Big Bill.
What?
Now,
What?
I thi- there is a lot of eyewitness testimony saying that there was some pretty freaky stuff going on. Now, if this happened 10 years ago, I would expect a lot of footage to look at and try and debunk. But because it was in the 70s, film, like cellulite film, is cellulite.
I was thinking there's a
Celluloid film.
Matthewman,
Films.
cellulite film.
It is and always has been very expensive. So I can understand why there's no that much footage kicking about of it. You can kind of forgive it that. The
It
audio
was at
stuff.
this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
So
Aye.
I can forgive the lack of video evidence. So all we have to go on really is the photographs there jumping out the bed and the audio recordings. Now there is. Let's go through it from the beginning. What was the first thing that happened?
Did she know there was a seat that flew across the room?
Chair. Yeah, chair.
And there was a point where as well she was watching the telly, one of those old tellies where you're just chilling, and when it goes dark, you can see behind you, and there's an old motherfucker staring at her in the chair. She's like,
Did that actually happen, or was that just in The Conjuring 2? Because for anybody that doesn't know, this is the subject of the movie The Conjuring 2.
I think it did because it was in the other one, I know, with Timothy Spall.
I was just sitting watching TV and I flicked it off using the button box, which definitely existed in 1977. There was an old fucker sitting next to me. My
You
name's
do all
Bill
sound a bit
Wilkins.
funny.
I'm 72 years old and I died in that chair.
Well, gonna fuck off now, mate. You're dead. This
don't
isn't
know.
your house.
I don't know. Like, I kind of agree with you, Mac. Like, as much as I want to kind of think it just this is all shite. Like, the pictures are clearly her just having a jump, right? Apart from the ones
Having
that
a
are-
jump.
Having
How
a
careful you
jump.
say that, man. That's his band. Fucking hell.
Oh Christ! Of all the ones to ban us as well, it would be me. But like you know, I don't know. Like, but it's the list of credible. Say credible. Do you trust the police? Banned again. Fuck. This
I
is not
think-
going well, guys.
I think in the grand scheme of things, yes, I do.
Yeah. Aye, absolutely,
in
absolutely.
general, and I don't actually see what any police officer in the 70s would think they could possibly gain by saying something like that happened when it didn't, because they're just opening themselves to ridicule.
Yeah,
back-
and it's
back
it's
at
the
the-
era where they 100% would have been ridiculed for it.
Aye. I mean, there was no bullying policy at work. Do you know what I mean? you come back as a cop, you come back with that story, you're getting flushed.
Aye. Done in behind the wheelie
Flush
bins.
just inside that avocado toilet suite. Your head's going down that, and all you're going to see as the water's trickling off your face when you stand up is wood-cladded walls.
Correct.
And yeah, you're not opening yourself up to that.
And
for
it's the
sake-
fact there was two of them as well, and they both, a written statement to say that they'd seen this stuff happen in front of them is, that's what makes it sort of credible to me.
Well,
The audio, if she's faking it, well done, genuinely well done, and if it's not fake, then it's also well done.
Linda asks, did they ever do an investigation with the girls out of the house?
No.
Not to my knowledge.
No.
Oh, certainly there's nothing out there about it if they did. Probably because
Imagine
it's not very sensational.
They're going like that. If there's anybody there, if you could just let it. Get the fuck out my house, man. Get the fuck out.
Have you heard the recording of them singing row your boat?
Yes.
I'm sure you can give us a rendition.
It's awesome.
It's what makes it funny is the ending, because it's just like row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Now fuck off.
That's class, man. That's class.
I find it really interesting. I want to hate it, but there's a part of me that's like, I kind of like it.
That house still kind of kicks a boot, doesn't it? Still there.
I don't think it kicks about. It pretty much stays in the same place.
It's a relatively stationary house. Like.
This isn't America. You can't just lift a house and move it particularly easily.
And someone lives there.
America's like, there's a storm coming. There's going to be breezes of over 6 miles an hour. Get down to the basement. Yeah, houses in America are shite.
What happens when you build them purely out of wood?
I know. Build them out of wood. Have 3-inch foundations in the tornado belt. Fucking kitchen.
Huff, puff, blow the fucker down.
Oh, big bad wolves coming back.
Now fuck off.
Shut down after this one, like Jesus.
The thing is, someone must stay there now, like living in that gaff. Right?
It's still a residential house.
How cool would it be if we went to stay there? Do you think Big Bill's still kind of kicking about?
Well, see, this is the thing. This is the stuff that I find kind of interesting, right? The alleged spirit that haunts that place is a guy by the name of Bill Wilkins. I don't know if you've realised that by now.
Yeah.
No, I've not got a van. No, got a van.
Yeah,
I'm not allowed a van.
Yeah,
I was told no.
Can I interest you in some sugary sweets?
That's why he's not allowed that van.
Come here, children. Come and get your lollipops.
Oh, we're still getting the band right.
I'm not.
The girls, when they lived in that house, now this wasn't, obviously it was well before the era, then the internet. You can't find out very easily at that time who lived in the house before you, who died in it, blah 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 blah. These girls obviously probably didn't know, or allegedly didn't know, obviously, because I think they did actually discuss it at some point. They had no idea about the history of the house, and it was actually Bill Wilkins' son Terry that came forward and said, by the way, that's my dad. He died. He died in that house. So if the girls did know about it, it's impressive that they actually had the kind of the forward thinking to go and find out, which wouldn't have been easy back then.
I've got a theory for that.
Go on.
I've decorated enough houses to know that you always write your name behind some wallpaper.
Right.
So if you're being wee girls as children do, you're in your room, you're like, are we ripping the wallpaper? Oh, there's a name. What's that say? Bill. Do you want to play a game?
Right, I'll jump off the bed. You put on a voice. Go.
What? It's obviously the theory was pish, I'm aware. But if they were to have really known that was the previous owner, again, it's not so, especially for a young person to have known that, because they'd have to go down to like a registry office or like a historic record center to be able to attain that information. And that's not, your average pastime.
No, I mean, I don't know how well stocked local libraries and stuff were with information like that at the time, but I would think you probably need to find out the history of a particular property. You're probably having to look at, like you said, the
housing and birth
land
certificates
registry and
and
stuff like
Aye.
that. So it's that part of it is actually really quite interesting to me. What do you think, Kevin?
Well,
guess who's back?
Online. I was online there trying to find who's in charge of the gaff, right? Apparently, they went back years later, right? And she also came out and was like, "Yo, we made all that shit up." But there's theories, that folk are just like, she said she made it up because she was done with everybody fucking teasing her and shit.
They didn't really gain much for this.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
There hasn't been any kind of monetary incentive for them to do this. I mean, I, as far as I'm aware, back then, you didn't get paid by the papers for stories like that.
No.
Hey, Mac, I've put go into the private chat, have a wee look, read that out. This was a statement from Freddie.
From who?
Freddie Mercury.
All right.
Janet. Sorry, by the way, if you watch us. We're just having a laugh.
Do you want me to read this out?
Hey?
Do you want me to read this out? All right. Okay. So this is from Janet, not Freddie. This is for Janet. Right. Janet the Gannet. I was used and abused. There was levitation. There were the voices. Incidents happened that were quite life-threatening for me. She added, the emotions, the thought of it. I think if I had to go through it again, it would kill me. This year, The Conjuring 2 is being released. A horror movie based on the happenings of 284 Green Street, Enfield. In the movie, as happened in real life, Ed and Lorraine Warren were called in from America to help the Hodgson family. The couple came to the con. I'm assuming there's more.
The couple came to the conclusion. The Hodgson's children.
There must be a character limit in the private chat. That's what it is.
I know. And especially Janet were the subject of a demonic.
What's the chances that after talking about the Warrens, it ended on the word con?
Well, herein lieth the argument that stops it being credible.
Aye.
Because there's not much that they touched that could be credible.
Well,
well, as deemed credible. I'm not one to judge.
See, I'll be honest with you. Up until I was looking into this for this podcast, I thought the whole Ed and Lorraine being involved in this was just made up for The Conjuring. So when I found out they actually did come in, I was like, fuck me, they got something right.
They were actually
that's not a statement you would say to Ed and Ed or Lorraine if you saw them in real life.
Well, probably wouldn't they? Did.
Doesn't mean you can't
about going, it's real, honestly. We were taking the piss, but seriously.
No,
I don't know. The thing is, there was so much. There was like even recently. I say recent. There's been a lot of coverage of it, and there's loads of documentaries. There's a Channel 4 documentary that I watched quite recently, actually. And ironically enough, the most interesting thing about it all was this insanely posh fucker. Is all the word I can explain with. But we've got the poshest name is Mary Rose Barrington, right?
There seems to be mayonnaise on my burger.
Exactly, right? And this is what, so the whole thing that came about was they called in for assistance with the Society of Psychical Research. Now, I'm not sure psychical is a real word.
I know, it sounds totally made up.
I've read a lot of books and I've never seen the word psychical in my life.
No, does that what you do with plastic when you're done with it?
A recyclical. So this is, and her explanation of the society itself was the most interesting thing about that documentary. She says, it was set up to investigate those faculties of man, real or supposed, that are not explicable to any generally recognized hypothesis, or, in other words, to look into weird things. Now,
Sounds
in
about right.
in a 45-minute documentary, if that is the most interesting sentence, you deserve shot.
Mate, sorry, can I just say, just the way that Kev's got this page set up, it looks like you've got really bad breath. It's like stinky for Casper.
Oh man, I love that. Love that.
Love it.
Smellogram.
What was it? Stretch, fatso, and stinky?
Stinky.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love Casper. Kev, I feel you like Casper. Is that true?
I love Casper.
Everybody loves
Can I
Casper.
keep you?
Yes.
Keep you?
What are you doing, bulbhead? This floor used to be good enough to eat off of.
I've seen a lot of
That's
Casper.
damn impressive. That's genuinely very impressive. Wow.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I know
You know,
what
it's
I'm
quite, one of my favorite lines for Casper is when he's trying to get the ghost out of the house. He's like, why don't we just eat al fresco tonight? He's like, hey, sounds great. Who's that? That's class.
doing. Oh man. Back to the show. Aye, between that and you know when they brought in the big burly ex-builder neighbour Vic, who kind of came in and left soon after.
He was I think he was like right at the beginning of shit happening.
Yeah, he was at the very, very start. Yeah,
Aye.
after it was reported. Yeah, or before it even went to the police. This was at the very, very beginning when the mum pulled the kids out the room and went to get the neighbour because there was something wrong, and thought the kids were just playing up.
I've just remembered what the first incident was. By the way, it was a chest of drawers had moved, and like the mum was trying to push. Like they heard the commotion. The mum came in, told the two of them to stop farting about. They're like, "It's no us," and then she tried to push the chest of drawers back to where it should be, and it wouldn't, like she couldn't move it. The thing, what really annoyed me when I was watching that documentary was the fact that they kept calling it Chester drawers, and it fucking does my head in, man.
See,
whoa, it depends. If it was built in Chester, does that count?
No, it's a chest of drawers, and that's
So see,
another thing
Janet-
that annoys me. They call them Chester drawers. CHESTERDRAWS. Chester drawers. It's a chest of drawers. Anybody selling them on Facebook Marketplace, fucking listen to me. That's how you spell it. I'm fed up reading about somebody selling Chester drawers that they brought but don't need anymore. You never brought it. You fucking bought it. That's another thing. Stop your... Oh, I can't. I'm going to need to go.
the real last is Janet. It's the one down here on the bottom right. Yeah.
Yes.
Mama.
You said that she hadn't really got in it, but I found her autobiography.
They go throwing me around again. They do this every year.
Oh man, this is so disrespectful.
I know, right? Hey, what was his name? Body Hanger. Maybe he was right about us.
How you doing, buddy boy?
Hey, I didn't create it. I just found it. It was online somewhere.
The thing is, seeing the body hanger thing, really, kind of taking the piss. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. So thanks for giving it to us. Thanks for taking the time to watch the podcast, by the way.
Absolutely, yeah.
We're your wife, by the way.
Because it's not always easy to get through.
And by the way, see how there's a wee thumbs up there? That's his wee wife coming on and going, yeah, what you said, innit?
No, that was me.
No, it wasn't. I know it wasn't. That was his wee wife going, yep. What you said.
You definitely gave it a thumbs down, though, didn't you? The thumbs down's highlighted, but there's no number next to it. That means you did that.
That wasn't fun.
What was your reply, Kevin? Kevin spent a long time thinking out a really well articulated reply to what this guy said. And Kevin, I'd like you to bring it up if you can. If you can't, then I'll just tell you.
Oh, I forgot, and I don't even know where it is. What was my response?
Calm down, Heisenberg. Thanks for listening.
Fair play.
You just said fair play to your own comment.
Fair play. God dang, man.
Needs
God
to get
dang.
out more. That's how we get it. Needs to get out.
So where were we at? Oh, aye, chest of drawers.
Yes.
And then that's when Vic, the neighbour, came in. And
Yeah.
you see interview footage with this guy. He looks like a 70s builder.
Oh, aye.
You know,
He
you know what I mean?
he takes no
got
shit.
the mutton chops and the kind of British mullet, we'll call it. I don't know the name of his haircut. I would call it a British mullet.
Aye.
Mm.
Aye. It was just aye. And the fact that everyone that referred to him was like, and he was, he was an ex-builder. He was a big man.
Burly
man. And he wasn't scared of anything. I've never seen anyone so scared in my life. He wasn't scared of anything.
Aye. The thing is, burly means something different in Scotland. Like a big burly man's just a guy that spins about a bit. Hey, you doing? I'm burling.
That's the thing. It's the thing you got as a kid. You're going for a burly. Absolutely.
A burly, aye. So
You're
you want?
thrown around,
It's like how
aye.
would you like to get picked up and made to feel sick for the next 10 minutes? Aye, class.
With
Graze
some
your knees on the way
incredibly
down.
sore shoulders. Like, absolutely. Come on.
Graze the knees, man. I remember somebody picked me up and threw me in the air. He was a lot bigger than me. I must have been about 10. He picked me up and threw me, and I landed, and I was like, ah. Then I grabbed a skateboard and beat the shit out of him. But nonetheless, that was a mean thing to fucking do to a kid for no reason.
If anybody listening fancies going back through all our episodes and finding all the times that Kevin was needlessly violent, let's have a
Needlessly?
fucking go.
Needlessly, mate, he picked me up and fucking threw me for no reason just because he was
What'd you
bigger.
do to him the first time, though?
Nothing.
You must have done something.
I was in a swing park, swinging away on a swing. He's like, "Here, mate, give me a hand. What chest, lads? What chest?" Picked me up and then fucking threw me. I'm like, my knees. And he was like, I had a skateboard with him. All right, so I was like, there we go. First thing in hand. I grabbed it and just fucking twatted him with.
You sound like the wee guy for the butterfly effect.
I went, smash, smash, smash.
I started watching that documentary the other day. Actually, I need to finish it. I need to finish it.
Aye. So anyways, so that had fuck all to do with this ghost thing, but
Paranormal tangent.
Paranormal.
That's what we should call this. Paranormal tangent.
No, I mean we were talking about folk throwing burling folk around, and that was my time. That reminded me of the time I got burled right in the fucking air for no reason. Sore knees.
So Vic, the neighbour, comes in,
Aye.
and then what happens?
He gives it all the patter, and he starts believing. He starts
Well,
to believe.
he was apparently went into the room. There's nobody else in it, and he was kind of wandering about and could hear banging in the floors and banging in the walls, and was a bit freaked out. So he left and advised to phone the police.
Sorry, I can always tell when Kevin's looking at something funny.
Yes.
No,
you
it wasn't
did.
that. It wasn't that. It was when you were saying he was hearing all these banging coming from next door, and that, and I was like, I thought the guy had left. So he phoned the police. His name's Vic Nottingham, and there's no much on him. Vic
Nottingham. That sounds like a person that we should be making films about.
That's a gangster name.
The
Absolutely.
Adventures of Vic Nottingham.
Oh mate.
There should be he should be on social media, and he should be having one of these KSI Logan Paul fights with Ronnie Pickering.
No. It's Vic Nottingham versus fucking Shuggy Grantos. Shuggy Grantos.
Shuggy Grantos. Outstanding.
Aye, Vic's the kind of guy you meet in a boozer, eh? In a boozer.
He definitely plays a lot of darts, that guy.
Aye.
Absolutely.
Can you get a picture of him, by the way?
Have you got a picture?
It's a tiny picture, like.
It's all right. Bring it up.
I'll chuck it up, man. Here it comes. Present. Share my screen. There he is, the big man himself. Here we go.
Big Vicky Grantos.
There he is, big Vicky Grantos.
That's not him.
That's not him.
It's Vic Nottingham. It's him.
Aye,
that's from the movie.
That's for the movie. We need the real guy.
You need the real guy.
That's no him.
That is the definition of burly, right enough. But
I did see him. As you know, this guy here, he's about here. There he is. That's him, eh?
that's him there, aye.
That's him.
But the picture's tiny, man. What am I meant to do with that? No, wrong one. Oh no, it broke. You've made me broke it now. Nah.
Oh, jeez, peeps, man.
We had it a wee bit.
I seen that the other day.
It's fantastic. Have you seen it, Kev?
Seen what?
It was a football game up in Arbroath. It was Arbroath versus Dunfermline, and the commentator the commentator's amazing. He's like, okay, he's got the ball. All right footed. It goes where the bar and he goes, geez, peeps, man. And then at the end of the game, obviously they've been absolutely trounced. And he goes, well, I got to hand it to the Dunfermline fans and the Dunfermline team. You pumped us. Legend.
My wee cousin actually plays with the Dunfermline team.
Aye.
His name's
Well, apparently they pumped our broth, so.
Aye.
They're pumping everybody at this point.
Any road.
Enough about Scottish football. Right, that's it.
They pump.
First time I've ever spoken about football on this podcast.
I know.
Oh, because
Ever.
of Jeezy Peeps. That's
None of us even
are
watch
changing.
it. None of us bother with football because it's fucking stupid.
Does have some good commentators apparently though.
Oh,
we do-
geez, peeps, man. We need to get that as a sound. We need to get that.
And if we can't, then one of you have to record it and send it to me.
That's
All
fine,
right.
we'll work it out.
Aye.
Right.
So Big Vic comes into it, and
Mhm.
then he seen his face, and he was a believer. So
But he
he's
wasn't
right
a
into it.
believer, was he?
No, at first he was just like, "Oh, the fuck," all the patter and that.
Get out of my pub!
Aye. He was getting it all the patter. The
Oh, that was
paranormal
Peggy.
patter.
Sorry, that wasn't Vic. That was Peggy.
But baby, let me just go through a couple of reasons here as to why they said that they were talking shite, right? Reason number one, the two sisters at the centre of the case admitted to hoaxing some of the poltergeist activity. So they did say they made up some of it, right?
Mhm.
Number two, a classic photo of 11-year-old Janet levitating above her bed could easily be Janet jumping. Well, no,
No
fucking
shit.
shit, mate.
No shit.
Number three, the spirit of an old man, Bill, who possessed Janet, was obsessed with periods. What? Let me just elaborate.
How does
on
that
here.
debunk anything?
Yeah.
When Janet was supposedly possessed by the spirit of an old man, he took a lot of interest in menstruation. That's fucked up. That's not something you expect an old man to be interested in. But a young girl, well, yes. There are so many questions hanging over the case. He's like,
what we've just found what we've just found out is that Bill Wilkins was a big stack of swimming trunks. He was a speedo pile.
Speedo pile. Well, does it count if you're deed? But Your Honour, I was deed, eh? Eyewitness, here's number 4. Eyewitnesses are notoriously unreliable. Witnesses in the Enfield Poltergeist case included a policewoman who swore she saw a chair move across a room. Let me elaborate. We've researched the unreliability of eyewitnesses. We've been able to show the power of suggestion in experiments in controlled conditions. To give you...
Love it. Thanks, man. That
it was
my funny
just
bone
for
right
you.
there.
It was
Well
just
done.
for you.
Oh,
See, if you
I
hadn't
know.
laughed there, I'd have been like, skin on.
Thing is, it's the type of thing where I could have went, Kev, that's conditions, you fucking idiot. But I knew.
You knew it. To give you one example, we carried out a study where we showed people a video of an alleged psychic. In brackets, he was a conjurer. We call him a psychic, but he's actually a conjurer. Conjure this. G-Mac's a conjurer.
Have you not saved any of my fart videos to bring up at any point during this now?
Oh no, there's a
that's-
new compilation. There's new greatest hits coming. So
How will we 53 minutes in and nobody's mentioned J-Max farts yet?
But also, what's scary is that I've sent enough to him to start another compilation.
Oh, it's coming, mate. It's a coming. Doing a spot of psychic kinetic metal bending. Whoa, that's some Uri Geller. Shanae Rane Bate. The stuff that made Uri Geller. Oh, look, they've just brought him up after I brought him up.
Geller.
Famous. After bending the key by sleight of hand, sorry. Eyes are up. Wait now.
Oh, jeez, peeps, man.
After bending the key by sleight of hand, he puts the key back in the desk and says, if you look closely, you'll see it's still bending. Typically, 40% of people report that it carries on bending. Conjurers have known about this stuff for centuries. Psychologists are coming to it a bit late in the day. So
Kevin Wells and his spectacles.
It's only, mate, it just makes my eyes HD. I didn't need them. She just said, look. Do you want HD vision? And I was like, for what? Watching telly and reading and that? Aye. She was like, aye, 20 quid. And she was like, oh, you can get these glasses. These are 120, they're 90. I say, mate, I look like I want a pair of glasses for a fucking 190 quid. Give you 20 quid ones, right? Fucking no. She's like, you need to come back in a week. I was like, fuck's sake, man.
Still takes a week to make glasses, man. It's ridiculous.
Mental, right? Even though she was selling it to me in my hands. So and the fifth thing is says it wouldn't be the first case of a schoolgirl prank that got out of hand. I strongly suspect it was Janet and her sister behind it. There are other cases where schoolgirl pranks have got out of hand.
Salem witch trials.
Well, and teachers that didn't do anything. What essentially starts as a trick grows and grows. Outside people get involved, and it's very difficult to backtrack. So my money would be on the girls. No shit. There were investigations by people who were convinced that the girls were doing all these things themselves, that it was attention-seeking behavior. Well, they did come out and say it years later that they just fucking were just getting.
See, like, I don't know.
To this, I think
the thing is like, yeah, okay, fair enough. That yes, you can suggest to a pile of people that if you tell them something that they're more than likely to believe it. But the people that were there weren't there to believe. They weren't there to be fooled, which is if you're going to see a psychic, that's what you're there for. So if you're going there and if you're a journalist, if you're a police person, if you're a concerned neighbour, you're not going there expecting to be fooled. Or wanting to believe these things. So the fact that it happens and you believe it should be more viable and not less.
Mm. Well. Let's bring this in a bit for a minute, right? We, all three of us, including Lorna and Linda, who's watching this show, we went to a church building, haunted or not, one night. And would you say our experience was real or not? To us.
To us, it was real.
It was real, goddammit! Now, what did we experience, right? I know what I experienced. So
I actually turned into Audrey Hepburn in front of me and I pumped you.
I already had a camera in my hand. We could have made a lot of money.
Like Dunfermline pumped her, bro.
That's what I was going to say.
And when I was done, I'd go, oh, jeez, peeps.
Oh, jeez, peeps, man.
Jeez, peeps.
If only I'd borrowed your glasses, I wouldn't have done this.
Mate, if anybody's doing the fucking man, it's me.
row your boat.
Now, see our we experience, right? To try and convince everybody that's watching this show right now, like, yo, we went into a room. Right? I had a couple of cameras, well, a couple of lassies, a couple of guys. But if we were to convince,
I don't have control of the buttons.
Strike. That's a copyright strike.
What was that original video, by the way?
Don't know.
No idea.
I was like,
I've seen it on so many things I couldn't tell you.
Bitch, what the?
Eventually, the sound just overtakes the original video. You know, you bloody fuck. Same things happened.
You can't do it.
I love that video. Love that video.
I can.
That one. That's fucking brilliant. No, you fuck you. Alright, so to try and convince others that what we had experienced is real would be daft, right? Because what? Okay, I stood there, felt like something was on my back. Is it sorcery? Is it just in the mind?
It was Bill Wilkins.
To be fair, no.
Where's the guy for Oliver Twist called? Bill. That's Bill Sykes. Never mind.
Is that the boy that knew Michael Jackson?
A lot of people know Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
No, I knew him, and was like, "You didn't touch me." I mean, before we go into that, fuck. Aye. So my point I was making, the point I was making was that
Man, we're gonna be in so much trouble.
that we could sit here and judge. But
Is that where the origin of Police Sir Can I Have Some More came from?
You fucking, you bloody.
That was Oliver, wasn't it?
That was Oliver, yeah.
Yeah.
no, that was two folks shouting at each other at a window.
But
It's
it
like,
was, but it was all over the news. Come on.
he's like, please, sir,
Bloody,
can
you
I?
Tana
Linda says Tana Mojo. I have no idea what that means.
Mojo.
What does that
Is that
mean?
not a cocktail or something?
That's a mojito.
I know.
Nah, mojito. Aye.
Or is she telling us to tan a mojito? Like, go and get a cocktail?
No, Tana Mojo. Tana Mojo. Like, does Mojo mean beer? And she's like, tan it.
I like how you
No.
tanned 3 milliliters.
There's no Tana
There you go,
Mojo.
Linda.
Tana Mojo account.
Tana Mojo.
Explain.
I don't know what she means by Tana Mojo.
No.
Aye. She's mental, man. I'm just kidding, Linda. It turns out Linda actually doesn't have a Etsy. She has a Fiverr account. Go check her out on Fiverr. She
I remember when
you
you first told us about Fiverr, and you told us that everybody on it does everything for a $5.
Ah, but they don't.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
That became apparent very quickly. It was like, no. It's like we could get a guy to edit a whole film for us, and he only charge a $5. It's like, doesn't he want that?
No.
But it was meant to. That's how it started out. It was called Fiverr for a reason. Linda says that sound clip is her. Which one? This one.
Beat you, fuck you.
I'd imagine it's the what the fuck.
Oh, I've got my earphones too high for that.
I'm
No.
shocked that she knew what that was, Linda.
Why?
I don't know.
She's a man. She's a man in the modern world. I was going to say she's a woman in the modern world. Wow. Well, oh, thanks, Kevin. Easy,
Apologise now.
If I could just back into my own beard, I would do it.
Back into my own beard. And other news, though. By the way,
Say that.
you called Linda a guy.
Oh, man.
Called Linda a guy. Here is the lassie that they're talking about. This is the one that says, "What the fuck?" This is her.
Oh, man.
Aye, she looks like a typical modern day slut.
What?
Yes.
Did you actually just say that?
Aye.
Mate, that's bad. Sorry, I'm
How?
having to call you. I'm gonna have to call you. Because what she look? How can you say that she looks like a slut?
I didn't say she looks like a slut.
No, you did not.
I did. You think she looks like a slut. I think you
Aye,
need to explain
rubbish.
yourself.
Rubbish. I'm gonna rewind this.
I suggest we move on.
God dang. For the purposes of the tape, seems like a talented young lassie, and I think her response at J-Mac saying something so crude would be. I actually love us.
I still haven't turned my earphones down, man. Come on.
He's
think
even
I
realised
learned
he's wearing
one.
headphones and no earphones.
I know.
God dang. Look at J-Mac wallowing. Like, did I say
No.
that? Ah, yes.
No, I did.
Yes.
I did say it. I did say it.
Oh.
What I'm trying to say is that a lot of young, not this younger generation, they all wear far too much makeup. Far too much makeup. It's like they could be in the normal weight bracket, and then put their makeup on and be morbidly obese.
Linda says, I watch a lot of YouTube lol. As do we, Linda. I'm right into the conspiracy stuff, just for fun. We should do some more conspiracy stuff.
I'm going to give you a golden opportunity right now. I have to go for a pee.
Ah,
You know what that means?
what's that mean?
That you, as you always do, will say loads of stuff about me until I get back, and I won't know about it until I watch the episode back tomorrow or something. So,
Mate, I
at it.
don't. Mate, I don't need to. As even the Bobbitter says, "Give that man a new shovel." I don't need. I don't need to say anything, man. You've done.
I'm saying I'm
you've
away
done
for
your-
a pee. I'm away to dig my own grave. I'll be back.
He's away for a
That's
shit.
exactly what you're away for.
I know. I'd pee myself, I know. Aye, so the Enfield. Whew! That took a turn. Aye, so they hoaxed it. They said it was a hoax. Now, is it plausible? Like, say me, so I'm like, oh man, fucking hell, something's happened. Something I'll probably find here. I was in the shop the other day. Wife's like, oh, it's like 2 books for £7. And it's all about these whodunit killers and that. I was like, bitch,
Love
I
those
know
kind
what
of
books I want. I know what books I want, bitch. So I was like, thank you. So my point is, if I had something, if I was in this book for any of these books for any reason, and it was like, yo, and I kept harping on about the same thing, would I get to a point where I was like, do you know what, I just made it up because
Aye.
it becomes too much?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think in this instance, and also you have to go by like time frame as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not as if it was late enough that it was happening so frequently that more people knew about it, and it wasn't historic that it became a running joke because it was history.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying the 70s is that long ago, but it's like it's a weird kind of time. It was just after the 60s where people were experimenting a lot. Paranoia
Mhm.
tends to have probably set in after that anyway. Like I don't know. I think you're more likely to relinquish it because of the target you would get from it, especially Janet, because she was like, you know, the main target of it. She seems like quite an incredibly socially awkward person anyway. So after a, well, watching her interviews and stuff, she is, but she does seem incredibly socially awkward. So she's gonna
Aye.
be, she's gonna get to the point where like, I made it all up, leave me alone. You know.
Aye. You should have
guys.
heard what Kieran said about you. Oh my god. Watch it
Oh,
back. Watch
I'm
it
sure I will
back.
hear what you said about me, Kevin, when I watch it back.
No,
Um,
I swear I didn't. We were just chatting about wee Janet
We
and her
actually did,
autobiography. I got flung about.
Right,
I had
so,
to find that cute.
back
No,
to
we were
Enfield.
just saying. We were just basically saying the likelihood of. I mean, we were already back at Enfield. You're back at Enfield.
you're left behind.
We were saying, if you go on so long saying, I've seen this, folk are always questioning you and calling you fucking schizo. Some folk are coming up to you going like, go for here and rest. All that, right? At some point, you're probably going to be like, Ken, what? I did just make it up. Go fuck off now.
Yeah.
Aye, it was actually that was a point I was going to make actually back when we were talking about that about 40 minutes ago.
It's like, what's her face from Wednesday? The wee actress. Everybody that speaks to her on the red carpet, they're like, the dance. So you mean? And she's like, for fuck's sake, man. I choreographed the dance.
What's her
That's
name?
how you do it.
Jenna something?
Ortega. Yeah.
Jenna Ortega.
And it's that thing in it where it's like she's done a body of work, which by the way was fucking class. I thought, Wednesday, and when you've got fucking what's her pass? When she was in it, the original Wednesday,
Christina Ricci.
When you've got her to compare to, and I thought Jenna Ortega is the next generation of Wednesday, deserved, completely knocked out the bag. And then people are always talking to her about the TikTok. It became a TikTok. It went viral, right? Which, by the way, for the studio or for Netflix, that's phenomenal.
That sold the show.
Phenomenal. Got kids into Wednesday. It done. So rather than talk to her about the achievement that she brings to the movie, and how you do the dance and she's sick and fed up of talking about the dance. So at some point she's just going like, I didn't fucking do anything. Someone else tell me how to dance. And I think that's kind of the same. What do you think?
I think so. I think it's always an easy way to get people off your back is just to just retract a statement, even though you know in your mind that you meant it at the time.
It's like me, mate. I'll be in Tesco trying to find some Chinese 5 Spice, right? And somebody will come up to me like, oh my god, is that him? Right, they're saying that tip. I was like, him. I'm like, oh no. mate, are you that guy for the old Jibber Jabber? No, I just look like him. We both look like that guy for Breaking Bad. I've got it in common. It's no me. And they're like, I don't know, like it looks like you. And I'm like, no, listen, it's no me, man. Still chase me.
Aye. I bet that happens all the time.
Every fucking day, mate. No, I'm kidding. Totally kidding. But I can imagine it being a bit of stress because
what it's a wee frustration I've got with this argument that eyewitness testimony is notoriously unreliable. They always say that when it comes to paranormal stuff, right? So if it's that, if eyewitness testimony is that unreliable, why do they rely on it in court so much? Do you know what I mean?
That's a very fair point.
Yeah, when it suits them, they'll go, "Oh well, eyewitness testimony is unreliable." But in court, they're like, "He said you did this, so you did." Jail, boff, done.
And also, the lie detector tests, they're like 90 point something, 99 point something accuracy, and you're like, oh, but we can't use them because they're like 3% chance we'll get it wrong. Well, I don't know. It's probably. I reckon there's more to that. Did they ever do a lie detector, by the way?
No, I don't even know if it was really a thing back then.
Well, let me say this, by the way,
in
relation to that, something that we've not really spoke on, but we will be very soon. The Luke Mitchell case, the lie detector had a very interesting read on that, and we will at some point be revisiting that fairly soon in person, because there's a lot more coming out about that. But just while we're on lie detectors there, I mean, Jeremy Kyle had families breaking up left, right, and centre over it, and then getting back with them and getting pregnant again and going, oh.
Did you rub peanut butter on your nuts and get the dog to lick it off? You said no. Why'd you say no? Because I didn't. This test says you're a liar, mate.
I fucking knew it. I knew it. You're nothing.
You're a beast. You love the dogs.
It's true.
I love the hypocrisy that came with that boy. The fact that he was a twat.
He is a twat, but he's like Piers Morgan. You still like to watch him.
Yeah.
Yes. So, I think I would love, and what about you guys? I would go and stay over there overnight, and I'd be like, I'd 100% take Lorna down with me, like as a friend
for investigation. No,
of course, I would take Lorna and be like, right, Lorna, fucking do your thing.
How funny if you just walked in and went, "This was a waste of a trip. There's fuck all here."
Hey, but that's possible.
What a long drive for nothing.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine that? I say we should. How far? Wait a minute.
It's London, mate. It's far.
You can read.
It's far.
It's far.
Look, I work in Suffolk, and that's a 9-hour drive, right? And that's not even close.
It's sometimes you just look at Google Maps and it tells you your journey, and you just go, "Nope."
You're all right.
But still, we could. Is it further than it's further than Manchester, isn't it?
It's
London, mate.
What does
London
that mean?
Much further than Manchester.
You need to read more maps and less conspiracy shit.
My maps are all flat. I'm joking. Maps are flat. The world might not be.
Stop listening to morons, man.
I'm not.
Enfield, the borough of Enfield, from roughly where I live, is a grand total of 7 hours. If you go to the West Coast.
Really, it's only like 3/4 of a working day. So
what's a train? What's a train or a plane down there? Or an automobile?
To there, you have to fly to Stansted.
No, I got London.
When did I become a travel agent? Come on.
You've got that travel agent look.
He looks nothing like a travel agent. If I went in a travel agency and seen him, I was like, well, I'm going to somewhere where there was Vikings and I don't have a choice about it.
No. Am I coming home? It depends how good the raid is. We'll see.
It's
about a 12-hour train ride.
Which map? The Peters projection on the Metcom map. Yeah. Oh, smart duck.
Bring that up again. What did that say?
Wait a minute. Talking of that test, Sandra said it was done in practically a fishbowl. Karine said that walls were made of glass.
Right.
Hey,
Are you sure you're a smart duck?
Hey, how cool is it? I love it when I don't even realize who's watching until we say something and they're like, wait a fucking minute. Smart Duck, have we met you before?
No, that's a new one. Welcome
but
to the
also-
show, Smart Duck.
Smart Duck will definitely be there for the next Mitchell case that we will be doing in person. Talking of the test, Sandra said it was done in practically a fishbowl. And does that make a big difference if it's done in a fishbowl? Does that mean that it's this where? I mean, I'd elaborate on that a wee bit, Smart Duck. Aye. And Robert says, which map, the Peters projection or Mercator map?
Your flat Earth map he's talking about.
Yeah.
Well, which one's the flat Earth map? Oh, before we get into this.
There's different variations.
That's another episode.
Enfield!
Enfield!
Cheesy peeps, man.
Cheesy peeps, man.
Aye, so what do you think? Shite or no shite?
I don't know. I think it might have been hyped and they may have acted on it, but I think the initial outcry and the initial statements, I think, have some credibility.
Yeah. I think it's obvious that they did hoax something, if not a lot of it. But there are things that make me kind of go, well, when you look at what this person witnessed and what this person said, I mean, there was a BBC journalist that got smacked in the puss with a bit of Lego and like he never seen anybody throw it.
He said that it gave him a lump and everything right away.
Aye, yeah.
Lego
and marbles getting thrown about the room. Yeah.
And the police testimony, I put a lot in that. Like I was brought up to respect the police. So I do have a lot of faith in, especially like I said, with that type of thing, they're going to get ridiculed for it. So why would they make something up? And like I said, there was no monetary gain to be made from it at that time. Whether I don't know if they've made any money for the whole Conjuring thing. I'd imagine that they've been given something. What are you chuckling at? I have no idea what you're
Have we
laughing
lost
at.
Kev?
Sorry, no. Just as you were saying that, the producer in me was reading the comment, and I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?" And then I know what it means.
Okay.
So Andy Gibb says, "Kev, pass JMac my audition video, please." Right. And obviously, while watching this show, he sent this in to me privately. Are you ready for it, JMac?
I'm ready.
Out of 10.
The end, but no bad.
Right, play it again. Play it again.
Here we go. My audition video. Gary. My audition video. By the way, I love that somebody's watched this podcast and went, "Ken, what? I'm going to write in."
Remember back when we were kids and to write into a show, you had to P.O. box it somewhere. Now you just fart on camera and send it right in. That's you gotta love that. You gotta love that.
They call it drop shitting. I'm sure Linda's a big fan of your farts, J-Mac. Linda,
Aye, so fair. Thanks for that, mate.
Do we have an audition video for Linda?
Nah.
She knows our farts, by the way. She's like this. Whenever I send them, she's like, that one seemed a bit bubbly. That one was forced.
I think Kieran wants to get back onto Enfield. Like,
I'm quite enjoying myself just trying to establish what kind of map Kev was on about. That's all.
Oh no, they're not flat Earth maps, lol.
No,
they're
they're true
standard
projections. Maps. One's a true projection of countrysides, and the other is the blown up version that everybody knows.
Hey, this could be an episode. If this is an episode, I'd love to see Kieran. Kieran would lead the way. It would basically. This is what.
Hello.
And Yeah, that's what the episode would look like, and we would kind of just sit back and watch. But that would be fun. Hey, if you're into that, Bobby, hit me a DM. Let's do it.
You realise you cut yourself out and then it stopped talking to what you were saying.
Yeah, I realised that after I'd done it.
Yeah.
Linda says that was 5 out of 10. So Andy Gibb, the fart was 5 out of 10. And like I said, Linda is a fart connoisseur.
Kevin, if you will,
Spillage.
if you will, I don't know how easily you can bring this up, but I know that I'm pretty sure I sent it to you again recently.
What was it?
My Good Morning Vietnam.
No, I don't think you did.
I didn't. Well, I'm going to send it to you now, and I want you to bring this up again because I am particularly.
It's not
proud.
a voluntary part, Linda. You've got it. It's just
It's yours. It's yours.
I am particularly proud of this particular expostulation of flatulence.
I was actually screaming one night when I sent a really good fart of yours to Linda. And she was like, it was just after Christmas, and she was like, I was just testing out my new earbuds. So I got that in full fucking flow.
Oh,
I actually couldn't breathe.
She got my bum blast in full HD. That's lovely.
Bum blasted. I will work on it, Wind. Class. Aye. So my thoughts on the Enfield, by the way, and in closing on the Enfield, is that it's probably a load of shite. Probably. And only because, and this is why, if I went down to Enfield and entered that house and was like, "Geez, all the power," even if I took Lorna down, I just don't think I'd get in. And because of that, I don't know, I have to experience it truly to really believe it. Otherwise,
what makes you think that you wouldn't get anything though?
I don't know, just because since like I say, I really was a fucker of a believer. I would argue with people, ghosts are real. See, since doing this,
Ghosts are real.
Ghosts are real. Right? See, since doing this series, which I thought would give the opposite, I thought I'd experience more. I've actually come to find that I've experienced less. The only stuff I've actually experienced doing this was with Lorna.
That's because we've only done one investigation.
No, but even just speaking to everybody, you can start to see through shit, man. You're starting to really see through it. And I'm like, what?
Well, I know a couple of people that I think we should get on to talk to.
Please, let's do.
There's an investigator, a woman for down south, who runs a YouTube show. She's actually pretty good. I've watched a lot of stuff for a while, and the show's called Amy's Crypt.
Aye.
And her stuff's pretty good. And she talks about a lot of stuff and actually tries to rationalize it and stuff, but is again an avid believer. So I
kind of wish that I had all those superpowers where I'm like, J-Mac, your fucking great granddad is telling me, man, fucking shave a beard. Right? I wish I had that shit.
Never gonna happen. My great granddad, I don't give a shit. He could tell me to shave my beard. I'm not shaving my beard. My beard is makeup for men. You know? I'm covering stuff up with this thing. You know? As most of us are. A beard is just makeup for men, and I'm never getting rid of it. Not intentionally. I have had to do it through making mistakes with having no guard on my shaver or whatever. And then you take a chunk of it, and it's just too late. But no,
it definitely changes you when you've got no beard. See, when you send me a fart video and you've got no beard, I'm just like, you guys are pedo, man.
Thanks very much.
But with the beard, I'm like,
pedo, man.
with the beard, I'm like, that's funny, but like it's out of order with no beard.
Oh, thanks very much. Did you get the video I sent you, by the way?
No, wait a minute, probably.
I sent it to Paranormal Patter, so you should be able to bring it up.
Right, I'll bring it up
easily.
And
I will say, although I'm not proud of it, I'm very, very proud of it.
Linda, do you want to come on the show? Like, if I send you a link right now, do you want to come in on the show and rate this fart out of 10? I'd love a live rating. There we go. Linda, I have sent you a link. Tell us in the comments whether you're going to come on. I think you should. Right? Just all you need is your wee iPhone. Like, just look into it and be like, right. Andy says he'll work on his wind. And Smart Duck says not too many sensible people have seen a ghost.
Kieran's seen one. Kieran's seen one.
I think I've seen one. I've seen something.
I've seen something happen. But Kevin, Kieran's seen a full body apparition.
And are you saying that Kieran is not sensible?
That's
To
probably
be
fair.
fair, that's fair
Aye,
enough. Fine.
that's
Please
probably fair.
reply in the comments. We'll
duck,
get back to you
smart
shortly.
duck. In fact, Ken, what?
Have
Anyone
I-
that wants to come on the show,
On
I've
you
posted the
come,
link.
sir. Let's have a
I've
wee chat.
posted the
You've
link.
posted the link. Oh,
Oh,
my
And
God.
all, right?
This could go
Anybody
so
that wants
many
to
ways.
come in, jump
And
in.
if
All you need,
nobody comes in, it's going to be embarrassing as fuck.
ideally, have headphones so you don't hear like 5 guys all speaking at once when there's only 3 of us. But aye, you can use it on your iPhone.
Put
Linda,
me
are
right
you
in the
coming
mood
in to
for a
rate this
burger
car?
now, man.
Aye,
Five
5 guys.
Guys.
Aye.
I'm not a
But
big
what was
fan.
that? What was I saying that? Right. So I've
Aye,
experienced.
I didn't say I wanted a Five Guys burger. I just said I wanted a burger.
Fair.
Five
fair.
Guys is overpriced shite.
Linda says I'm in bed, lol. Aye, but you
It's
just
when he's
look,
definitely phone in then.
phone in. No, we just need to see.
She
your
is
face.
never coming to an investigation with us again, ever.
You just need to. You just need to see. It's just the face. So come in.
Just the face.
Aye. So I was saying there though, I have seen something that has me go, no, 100%. There's something there, right? The one thing I saw could just be sleep paralysis or whatever, right? Linda says, "I'll rate in the comments." Fair enough. Hey, I'm not going to force you, but get this right. I saw a fucking candle, right? Imagine this is a candle because it was probably the same size, right? A glass, the wax in it, the wee wick, right? And it was on one of those old style tellies, right? And this is why I'll say always, 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 fuck off. There's definitely something there, unless the elements were out to get us, right? And it was on top of a TV, and it fucking, I heard the whacking of it. I heard something whack it, and I was looking right at it. It's like I almost felt that there was something there. I could almost feel there was something. So I looked at it, and I don't know how you say wallop, and it fucking flew across the room. That's how I know there's something, whether it's ghosts or some cunt in another dimension called Hugh, right, going about his shift, right? There is something there, 100%, because I've seen that and no one can take it away. The other thing with the guy was
But
standing,
eyewitness testimony is unreliable, Kevin.
well, it is in this case, and I'll fight you for it, right? I'm telling you, 100%. I saw that, so there's nobody takes that away. The other thing, I could put that down to sleep paralysis or half dream, half awake. Man, there's a scary bitch staring at me. Stop fucking looking at me. That was it. It was a thing on Google. But the whole thing I saw there, I woke up screaming, and my wife's like, ah, because she never heard me screaming like that, right? That could have been like half dream, half no, right? So I'll give you that. If you tell me that that's just bullshit, fair enough. But the candle thing, motherfucker, no one's taking that away. Right, Linda?
Good morning, Vietnam!
I get about 40 of them a week, man.
I gave myself 10 out of 10 on that one before I even
Mate.
finished doing it.
And see every time any time I look and I laugh, my wife's like that.
That's because
Why do you find that so funny?
I think women have got a bit of their soul missing that finds farts funny. I swear to God, man. See that extra rib that they've got that they took for Adam to make them? It stole a wee bit of their soul that finds farts funny.
No, because Linda, she's a fart connoisseur. Like I says, 7 all day long.
Seven. Andy, the link's in the comments. Get on here.
King of Hosso Mondo. Mate, who are you? Nice to meet you, mate. That had some juice to it.
It did have some juice to it.
And I love the picture as well. You guys, there's people watch this show, right? Because people tune in and they never comment. And they never let us know they're here. Right. But yet I look at the stats and stuff, and people are always like, there's always people. And I look at the map and it tells you that here, there, and wherever.
I think less people comment on things now because people that comment on things are getting such a bad rap now. So imagine me the type of person to comment on things.
Especially the fact that we call them out on everything as well.
Mate,
yeah,
it's like commenting on porn.
What's the favourite one? Her name, please.
For me, like back in the day, like
that's like leaving a review for condoms, man. They're hilarious.
She deserves better.
she deserves better.
She deserves. This guy really just didn't have it. Like, what the fuck are you playing at, mate? You had everything and you ruined it. You ruined it.
How do you leave a comment on a porno?
I know, right? How do you even? You've got to like pretend you're like you've got to sign up. You would sign up as Brian McKay, so that if your wife finds it, like, I don't know, he must have been. Linda says energy was good, pressure was forced, and it was very risky by the
I think
Linda,
that's a fair comment.
And I'm really, I'm really,
by the end.
I'm disappointed in your review.
Man. I played the Ouija board when I was young, and my cousin said he got haunted. Did you throw a ghost at
What's
your
that got to do
cousin?
with my fart? Like, I'm just kidding. This is a paranormal podcast, no a fucking anal exam.
Mate, which you needed like a year. No, it wasn't even a year ago. Mind you had a big fucking cyst on your arse.
No,
and
I
everybody's like, it'll be all that farting.
Kevin, don't embarrass me, man. I never had a cyst on my arse. I had a cyst on my gooch, mate. Aye.
Mind everybody was like, it'll be all that farting. He goes,
I called it my gooch pouch.
Gooch. Mate, you were in pain. You were in pain.
I wasn't pain, mate. I was lying in bed crying with pain.
On holiday, I know.
Literally crying. My whole holiday was ruined. My entire I got there and I was like, "Oh, this place it's all right. It'll do." And then God came along and went, "No, this place is shite for you, buddy."
You had a fucking cyst on your arms.
I had a perirectal abscess, they call it.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Aye.
Oh, and somebody had to come in and like fish about your arse, eh?
No, they never came out. I had to go to hospital and get a fucking operation.
Foreign people touching your arse.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Why does it matter where they're from?
No.
So the thing is, when I got there, the guy was like, he had a look at it and he just went, his English was terrible, and he just went, he pointed at it and went, infection. I cut. Going to what, buddy? What's happening? And then I just got violated for the next 10 minutes, and I hobbled in and I walked out. It was lovely.
Hey, if any cunt's going to be fucking violating you, it's going to be this guy.
Yeah, well, there's no need for that crass language, Kevin. Oh
that tells you all you need to know about this show.
I love this. Energy was good. Pressure was forced. It was very risky by the end. It's a 7 out of 10 for entertainment.
Now we're going to have a slap down competition. Could we have a fart down?
Me.
Are we on this?
I've still not turned down my bloody headphones.
Sorry, man. Sorry. That there. You just beat everyone. If my wife enters, you got some fucking competition.
Oh, you've just outed Lauren as an epic farter. In fact, I have heard Lauren's farts, and in all fairness, they're pretty decent. What the fuck happened to this podcast tonight?
Well,
Smart
we did get to the end.
Tell us more.
We
Tell
did
me
get
more.
to the end of the Enfield, so this is just our wee catch up with our crew. Andy says, "I'm in for fart down."
That's quicker than anybody signed up for slapdown. So
no, it's not. Incorrect. There were tickets sold. Sold.
Aye, but it's first. That was a quick sign up.
That was a quick sign up. I played the Ouija board when I was young, and my cousin said he got haunted. That's hilarious. The fact you threw a ghost at your husband. Put the trace down. Yes. I mean, if you've got a husband, that would be quite funny. No, like, it'd be funny if you threw a ghost at him. Know that you've got a husband.
Who the fuck's flying ghosts at people? How do we get onto that?
I don't know.
Well, it's like going, I played the Ouija board and he got haunted. Ha! Yeah.
I'm assuming he did it. He did it. He did the Ouija board with his cousin. This isn't America.
No, I think
he did the Ouija board with his cousin, and then his cousin ended up taking something away with him.
Smart duck.
Smart duck. Tell us more.
Tell us if you know us personally in real life, or if you're in our area in real life, or if you're like American and you just kind of came across what we do.
Which seems
tell
to
us a wee bit.
By the way,
it does. And mate, where's Janice? Where's Janice?
Oh, where's Faust? What's going on?
She'll be annoyed that she missed this one.
She will be. She will be. Janice and Ray, man, we miss those motherfuckers. Get your ass in. But hey, do you know what? She does catch up.
by the
on
way,
it.
I need to give a shout out. They probably won't be watching, but to my family in the States, we've just lost a member of the family over there.
Oh, so yours did die, I know.
No, it's my dad's. I say relative, but it's a distant cousin of mine in America that I'm very kind of friendly with. His dad just died, and
we'll give a
not good
2
times.
minute silence. A 2 minute silence.
Fucking, you are fucking. You fucking, you bloody. You bloody. Bastard bitch. Fuck you. Bloody fuck you, bloody. Fucking mother.
Good thing I don't know who'll find that funny. So, if you're watching, Wes, Danny, love goes out to you boys. Fuck's sake, Kevin.
I got a thing here. I really need to be. Big Squirrel says, imagine snorting a line of Ouija board and overdosing on a ghost. Wow. We're there. We're there.
Okay.
Oh, mate. Sorry, I'm late. Talk about what's that? The power of bringing the universe and whatnot, right? Janice, we were just talking about you and Ray. We were saying, where's Janice? Where's Ray? And they were, sorry, I'm so late, guys. Just got home. Janice, it is our esteemed pleasure to say happy 2023, and it is so phenomenal to have you here with us tonight on the end of our podcast. Phenomenal, Janice. We have missed you.
You know, it's funny. Sometimes when Kevin's talking, I feel like I'm doing that awkward bit at the other end of a TV interview when you're just going.
That's silent. Like that's kind of what, mate. When we first started this podcast, we were like both trying to talk at each other and stuff, and then things moved on and progressed, and we're no there anymore. Like we're so fucking good that we don't even know how good we are. Janice says, "We thank you, love you all." Janice, smart duck. We had to go to spiritualist the next day, mate. You said at 10:29, right? And it's now 10:36. We had to go to spiritualist next day.
Smart duck, you have a story to tell, my friend. Can you please message us?
While I go for a quick pee. While I go for a quick pee, please message, guys. Keep it going. I really need to pee. I really need to pee.
This is a first. This is a proper first, by the way. Kevin has never mate. We've been doing this, not Paranormal Power, but we've been doing the Jibber Jabber thing for like 4 years. Kevin has never had to leave for a pee. So let's try and embarrass the fuck out of him while he's away, because that's what he does to me. Oh no, we can't. He does it to himself anyway.
It's a self-inflicted system. We don't need to do anything.
You know what's funny? I was thinking about this the other day. It's like how much I enjoy doing these podcasts, especially with you, Kieran. And I'm like, I've only met you like twice.
Yeah, actually, only ever met in person. Genuinely, twice. 4 times.
4 times.
The filming when you were doing the short movie.
Yeah.
The Paranormal Patter when we did the live show.
That's the 2 I forgot about.
Yep. And the other 2 that we bumped into each other in general.
The other 2, the first one, I think I was picking up Michaela for a shoot.
Yes,
and the other one was
just in the cinema in general.
Yeah, there we go.
Just in for a meeting. It's ironic, actually. The first time I ever met you, you were picking up my wife. That's
fuck, you didn't meet me any of the previous times.
It's excellent, isn't it? But no, you're right. Actually, it's a weird thing, like the fact that we've not actually spent a lot of time in person together, and yet Kev's right though, to a point. Like the way that the podcast runs, like there is no talking over each other. There's no like going off on tangents, and then everyone else is sat there like, right, somebody fucking rein him in, please. It just kind of happens. It's very organic. It is very organic.
I think it's good when you can find people that you can just gel with like that. So it's absolutely it's awesome. So the more we can do in person, the better. We want to do investigations. We want to really get out there and dip our toe into the world of paranormal locations. Absolutely. You actually sent us something recently that looks pretty cool.
Yes,
Then-
and actually, the place that I'd sent you, we'll discuss more in the podcast later on. But that place was the one that I told you about that was away with my dad's work, where the guy drew the little girl and stuff. That's that building
Ah,
that has now
Right.
since been abandoned and looks even worse. And, oh Christ, my camera's away again. And looks even more terrifying. So I'm doing some real digging to see if we can access that.
aye. If we can get a blast at that, man, that'd be
That'd be
amazing.
incredible, absolutely incredible.
Oh man, mate, it's going to happen live. It's happening live.
Oh, Kev's missing it. Kev's missing it.
Did I miss?
J-Mac just tried to fart live, and it was quite sad.
You know, it's funny. I just passed my missus on the way back down for a piss, and I said, "By the way, I was talking about your farts in the podcast." She went, "My farts." I went, "My your farts." She went, "Get fucked."
Tells you all you need to know.
By the way, I said to myself, I'll maybe have a beer or so in the podcast tonight. We'll get it wrapped up an hour and a half in. It's now over that time. I drank more than I should have, and I got a busy day tomorrow. Holy shit, but worth it. We had to go to spirituals the next day. Janice says, lol. Andy Gibbs says, people you can work off. Yep. Janice says,
He's missed all the conversations.
Janice says, I would love to go on an investigation with you guys. That would be phenomenal. Janice,
absolutely.
When we come over to America, I swear to fuck,
we'll make it happen.
We're gonna be rich soon, right?
Yep.
And when we come over, right, you're the first person we'll shout. You and Todd A. Surprise. Yous are the guys we're shouting at over in America.
And Cody and Satori.
Cody, yep, and Satori. Mate, we got so many friends all over the world. Smart Duck says he said ghost moved a ghost under his door. Right, so he said the ghost moved a ghost. So the ghost had a secondary ghost and threw that ghost under the door handle, then crawled up him and tried to get in his head. Well, that's some fucked up shit.
That's dark.
Andy Gibbs said, your hoops went shy, J-Mac. Janice says,
It's so funny, man.
mate, you sound far away. Is that just to me?
Yeah. Aye.
Yeah, something
Proper, like you've lowered the volume of your mic.
You must have.
Must have.
Janice said, oh, I feel so loved. Thank you. Janice, you are loved, my man. You are loved.
My man.
Something changed there with your mic.
Yeah.
Smart Duck said,
How's
he
that?
said the ghost moved a cabinet. That's better. He said the ghost moved a cabinet under his door handle and crawled up him. I tried to get in his head. Smart Duck, who are you? And where are you fed? Do you know us in real life?
That just sounds like a marriage.
He said the ghost moved a cabinet under the door handle and crawled up him and tried to get in his head.
That sounds like a marriage.
That's a marriage.
I'm very
J-Mac, something's happening with your mic, mate. You're in and out.
What's going on, man?
Series of technical difficulties, this.
Do you know what it is? I think
bugger that.
You've got to go for the SM7B, man. That's where you're getting rang. You should, mate. You should have spent the extra £100. You should have spent the extra
process
£100.
of purchasing that,
mate. It's the best thing. The best thing you'll ever do. You know they recorded Thriller, the full album on this shit. Yeah. Rihanna's albums. Everyone on this, right? It's oh, you'll never go wrong. Look at this shit.
Yeah.
Look at this shit, man. Sometimes I watch artists and they're recording music and all that shit, and they're looking at this part. Does that make a difference?
Yes.
It's louder.
Is it?
It's louder. It's more noisy.
Is it?
It's no nice.
No.
So why do they record tunes on it? I suppose they're all wee indie bitches. So.
But they'll have a big nasty pop filter in front of that as well.
No. Andy says that's what happens when you fart on your mic. Aye, that's what I didn't get, J-Mac. You put your arse cheeks right up to that mic and get a good Linda fucking Doyle, man.
It wasn't right up against it. You know what I mean? My fart didn't get into the fabric.
No, it didn't.
Farts travel, mate. Farts travel.
I can't.
He can.
I can't. Aye. So, lads, we've covered the Enfield haunting tonight, right? And anybody listening to this will know that we've all had a wee bit. Apart from Kieran, man, he's drinking some H2O. we've had a wee bit of the sauce, and we're at the point now where
I've had some heavy duty whiskey. Thank you very
we've
much.
we've done we've done the Enfield haunting. Hey, I brought a bottle in here.
I think we
was
spoke about
thinking-
the Enfield haunting for a bit. What the fuck?
Can you hear it?
You never
Can
even
hear it?
touched that. I've seen it happen.
It's a ghost.
Fucking microphone's haunted, man.
It's what's his face? It's Smart Duck Ghost. Shitty Mike says Bob.
Hey.
This is a good mic.
You must be embarrassed with that effort, J Mac.
I was
you're getting
really
called
embarrassed,
out.
to be honest.
You are
I
being
stood,
called
I stood
out.
up, I turned round, I lowered my microphone, I put it right up to my anus, and fucking
Aeneas.
But you sounded
Aeneas.
like Declan Donnelly when he laughs. That sound you made there was just like him.
Mate,
like when he's
the
properly
last
losing
time
it.
I watched Declan Donnelly's when they were on CITV with Cat Daly. They were the days.
Oh, that was what was it? SMTV
Do you know?
Live.
Yes, and by the way,
Because I can remember my dad's done Iggy Pumps. That's
see
the
when-
best fucking
mate,
thing I've ever
see
seen.
when they were on STV, by the way. See when they were on STV. They used to always do this thing they say, and I remember the number. They say, just call 09011 10 15 10. Right? Right. And get this. There was a wrestling. They're like, oh, you can buy Goldberg and Hulk Hogan. You'll win this if you just phone 09011 10 15 10. And
Same
my
number?
granny, aye, and my gran who just passed wouldn't let me use her phone, so I never got them. And then
I was going to say rest in peace, Granny, but fuck you, Granny. Don't let me use the phone.
I know, right? I know. And get this right. So see those very wrestling figures that I fucking wanted, right? My cousin got it for Christmas. So, may she, she was a sound gran.
Why was that so funny?
Don't know.
It was the sip. She was a sound gran.
She was, Ken, what? She was sound. She was a cool wee woman. May she, and by the way, if she comes through, we'll chat.
No, she's pissing with my mic. I don't know anything else.
Hey,
It's her that's
see
fucking with mine as well.
mind that time I worked in Kayam and I came back from my break and I was like, my gran's dead. This was that other gran. She was the best. She was the class gran. Class as fuck. And I meant to go and see her, right? And she was like, and my granddad says, oh, you're best not going to see her because she's no well. She's no well. I wish I went to see her even though she wasn't well. Can that way where you're like, oh,
Denny,
because she
Denny,
was
man.
fucking class, man.
Denny, we've all got these regrets.
Yeah.
Thing is though, right? She, I believe that there's enough of these spirits in there and all that. As long as she knew that I think as long as you know you're loved when you head off to the other side, as long as you know you're loved. Like I know that if I was to die tomorrow, all of my kids would be like, my dad fucking loved me. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
As long as you leave that, and as long as someone leaves with that, I'm all right. Yeah. Like
That's
I had a friend who is like a brother. We know who I'm talking about. And when he left the world, the last thing I remember saying to him was, I put my arms around him, gave him a hug, and I said, love you, and I know you know where I am if you ever need me. So that was the last thing I said to him. So I'm fine with that.
That's a good place. That's a good way to end something.
Very good way.
Like,
Did they
the thing
know
is-
that was the end? Like, but I'm glad.
No,
Well, that's the thing.
That's a good way
This-
to end things just in case, though.
Aye, like, he wasn't ill. The thing is, like, you wish you could end everything like that, but you just don't think about it.
No.
Like,
No.
if you thought about it, you would just say to everybody last time you, like, whenever you get a mate come over to the house, whatever, it's like, by the way, drive home safe. I hope you didn't die on the way home. But if you do, know that I love you.
Aye.
And it's just a weird way to talk. But
It's not weird, actually. Really, it's not. See, to know that when you say to someone, "Hey," just letting you know that love you. That's
I've
actually
got
a
a
good
mate.
thing.
I've got a mate, a very, very, very good friend of mine, and we say it to each other all the time.
And
Like,
so you
we've
should.
been through shit together, and I've helped him through a lot, and it's something that we've just do to go together actually quite a lot. And it is, but again, it is, you need to have that too. You can't just have that, I love you, and like, aye, fuck off. Like, it doesn't really quite work.
No. Yeah, you have to have it. Smart Duck said, the spiritualist I said was all right, but she wanted to speak to my cousin alone. His face drained. Oh, shit's gone down. Smart Duck, who are you?
Explain.
Who
Tell
are
us
you?
more.
I know. Aye.
Bang it off!
Hey.
That wasn't to Smart Duck, by the way. That was just to the wee ginger cat.
See, when we think about it, right, when we're all going to be pan-breed, because it is the inevitable. Well, you just said there, in 10 years I'll be 50, right? Scary, because 50 is when, like, fucking Michael Jackson died, right? So...
Mate, Bruce Lee died at 32. I'm already fucked.
Right? So when you think about it, right, when you
Presley's
die, people always say, right, oh, what's the meaning of life? What is the meaning of life? And do you know what I think the meaning of life is? And I think it's personal to everyone. Do you know what I think the meaning of life is? To love.
That's true, actually, because anybody that
controls
doesn't
everything.
have love in their life is just miserable, and there's no point in being alive.
And
absolutely.
It controls everything. You look at every song that was ever written about anything, and it was about love. Every song that was ever written was about love. And you can say, oh, these bitches and the big asses. Yeah, you love the big ass, but you love the bitches that are attached to the big ass. And those bitches, right? You're only calling bitches because it's how you've been conditioned. But those bitches are people that you love, right? Everything is about love. And Janice even said, you are right, Kev. Love makes you feel good, right? So the meaning of life, because if we're all here and we start and we end, what's the purpose in between? And I truly think it's love, because it's what controls every part of every decision that you do. If you love your child, you'll kill for your child. You'll kill for your child. Love.
It's a motto we see on many people's walls in their houses, and it starts with the word live, and then
laugh.
No.
And
love,
then
laugh, love.
No.
Love.
No.
Then you're dead.
I hate that saying. Man. I hate that saying.
I've got one in my toilet that says, if you dream it, if you can dream it, you can do it.
Be it.
I'm like, nah, I dreamt flew into space and then my teeth fell out.
Spat your teeth out.
You've got big ambitions, but you're terrified of them.
My teeth might fall out, but I'm not getting into space.
So spot on. Hey,
that's what that means. You've got big ambitions, but you're terrified of it.
Janice says to grow, to learn, to love and be loved, and to be stewards of the planet. Yeah. Well, get this right. Get this. I saw a thing. And it fucking annoyed me, right? Typical story of my life, right? As a child, we were to cut out these letters, right? And we're to decorate them. And I remember decorating the letter E, right? And I came up with a design for it, right? And I'd done the design for E. And then everybody got the assembly, the congratulations on all those people that designed these letters. And someone that I'm not going to name names, right? I went to school with, not going to name names, right? Fucking 20 years later, not going to name names, right? But she stood up and accepted their fucking pencil sharpener and a rubber that she got for designing E, even though it was my fucking idea. I fucking created it, right? But she took the fucking credit for it and got gifts.
What
is
her name?
No telling you.
Right?
Wait. Doesn't matter.
Is she still in your life?
No.
Fucking tell us her name then.
No, I'm not calling her out like that.
Mate, let's do it. Mate, I fart for you. You can tell me this.
I fart for you. Right?
I only record my farts for you. I used to just enjoy them myself, but when I realized how much you loved them, I started fucking sending them to you. You name this woman.
Many names, but she's been causing heat waves. She caused heat waves for the beginning. Name and shame. I'm not doing it, right? The gentleman within me. The gentleman within me will protect her identity. I know what she done was fucking vile. Standing there, accepting the rubber, accepting the pencil sharpener, again, all this. Oh, I designed that. It was fucking me. It's always fucking me, right? It was me. But anyway, I'll let it go, right? And it got displayed at the start of school when any visitors came in. It was there. The big fucking sign was there, and it said. The E within be all you can be. The E was me. and I designed it, and she took all the credit for it because she was
I put
there,
the E in me.
right? Well, get this, right? Get this. Get this. I fucking done it. She took credit for it. It was displayed forever, but it stuck with me, right? And the words were "Be all you can be," right? And I think that's my motto for life. Be all you can be. Even though she took the credit and fucking, and I think that as well. The fact that I'm fine with being all I can be, and I'll let others take the glory, right? I fucking date all the time. I'll let others take the glory, but I'm still being all I can be. And I think, wow, that was a fucking dart in the dartboard of life for me. Be all you can be, right? And everything else will fall into place. And motherfucker, it's falling into place. So
My
I'm
motto
pretty
is
happy with that.
be whatever Kev says you can be.
It was fucking you. No, be whatever Kev says. Smart Duck says, what freaked me out was at the end of the night, at the Spiritualist done a show and was mate, he's still telling the story, eh? He's in parts, right? Let's go. What freaked me out was at the end of the night at the Spiritualist, mate.
At the end of the night at the Spiritualist,
have you been on the trace? I know.
done a show and was telling people
Done a
different
show.
things. She told me I was going to leave Scotland and I'd learn a trade. Did you leave Scotland and learn a trade? Like, mate, we're going to be off air soon. You're going to need to finish this fucking story.
I know. And did you know us before you left Scotland? Like, do you know us personally? It'd be awesome to know if you did. And within a week, I was. See,
so did leave Scotland and learn the trade.
Hold a grudge much, Kev. I don't hold a
Aye.
grudge, but
Absolutely
fuck me.
do.
That rubber and that sharpener. Right, if you're watching this,
Wait. He's like, wait, I don't hold a grudge. 2 minutes ago, you went, it was fucking me.
Kev, I don't know if anyone's ever explained to you, but that's a grudge.
Right, well, let's say
She took the credit for it, but it was fucking me.
it was fucking me, right? It fucking was. And that sharpener and that pencil, the fucking rubber and the pencil sharpener, I want it in my gaff. 2 weeks from now, or I'm naming you. Stupid bitch. Fucking take a credit, man. You stood there in front of every cunt, they're all clapping. Well done, well done. What a fucking artistic fucking show of talent. And I'm like, sitting there, not even part of the fucking party, going, it was me the whole time. It was me. But you just take it. Take it.
By the way, I need to bring this up again.
Fucking take it.
Just because we're talking shit, you know. We're just genuinely shooting the shit.
We're hanging out now. We done the Enfield. We're hanging out.
How is this no Kieran? Fuck's sake, man.
Kieran, your dad's a shagger.
That's the Viking blood, man. They've been getting a bit like.
Some cunt met your dad at some point in life that you didn't know about.
That's fair.
That guy looks like you. That guy looks like
it
you.
does.
His brother's name's Kieran. I found that out recently.
No.
That is Gen Up.
I don't even know what gen up means. King of
Genuine. It means
Genuinely?
genuinely, truthfully.
We have a wee motto on this show, and it goes like this. Tells you who the fuck you are. King of Hugo Mondo. Do you know us personally? If not, welcome to
I'm
the show.
intrigued.
Tell us
I
a bit
like
about
all these
yourself.
cool names we get. Man. We've
Jump
got some
in.
cool people.
Jump into this show. The link is posted on the comment section. Here we go.
Absolutely.
First your ass in this show. Talk to us. Right? Tell us a wee bit about yourselves.
Be funny if it was your dad or something.
My dad's like, all right, Kev. Nah. Like, I don't know if your parents are the same, but my parents are like that. Aye, podcast, I didn't quite get it.
That's pretty much it.
Is it know how you watch TV on demand? It's that
It's
with
like
radio.
It's like that with radio, but you can see us. You
Aye.
can see us.
And we answer your
Aye.
questions and stuff. It's pretty much that. Aye.
And it's live.
It's
And
live.
it's class.
And
And it's
also
class.
Also, you can enter competitions where we never send you the stuff you win.
Heather.
That wasn't a target, Heather. It was just we've done that since the beginning. Even before Heather was involved, you've been like, right, do this and you'll get that. They do it. They didn't get it.
But what did I not say at the time? I was not like, and you'll get this. But J-Mac will send you it. And I always used to throw you under the bus back in the day.
That's not like you, man.
Did we ever send Janice a t-shirt or a jumper or whatever.
I know
Heather
Heather was on
t-shirt.
that was a Heather thing, so ask Heather that.
So
It's like, I'm like, I'm not saying anything about Heather at all. Within 2 seconds, Kev's like, that's Heather. Like,
no, I know.
Look, the diplomatic answer to that question was yes, we're working on it. That's what that should have been.
working on it.
No, probably already did. Heather probably already sent it because
She's extremely busy.
Aye, but this was like months ago, so probably she did. Because it was months ago, so she was talking to me about it, so she probably did. It just takes ages. It just takes ages to get there.
Oh Christ!
No, we never got the shirts yet. Lol, all's good though. Well, Todd A surprise. Heather sent Todd A surprise, and he got it eventually. It did take him a while.
Did she sent Todd a surprise? That was nice, yeah.
Nah, Todd, who was on the show, Todd A surprise.
Yeah,
she did send him Jibber Jabber today, and it did take a while. It took ages, to be honest, but she did send it, and he got it, and he took it.
It probably went over on a boat.
Yeah,
aye.
It was delivered by every 6 months.
Oh
after it was
no!
sent.
Every chance you'll no get it.
We keep every package you send.
Why did they set that up? It's like a meme.
A joke. Anyway, this is a ridiculous podcast.
I mean, if you tune out just at the end of the Enfield, if you came here for Enfield and you tuned out after Enfield, cool.
I stopped about an hour ago.
Yeah. Where we're at now is Trace. Kieran,
yo,
I'm convinced that alcohol doesn't do anything to you. It's the Viking blood.
Yeah, it doesn't really do much.
J-Mac, we need to take Kieran out on a night out.
What, so that he can go home and we can die in the pub?
Do you remember when we went to that night out in Kayam? We went to a night out in Kayam, right? And I got so pissed because you were like, here, have this whiskey and that. And mind, a boy won whiskey and I fucking necked half the bottle of it. I was like, here, watch this, I'll neck half his bottle. And you're like, Denny, that's out of order. And I was like, no, watch this. And I necked half the boy's bottle. And you're like, that's out of order. And I was like, no, right? The next day, I never showed up to work, right? And you know what? I phoned up, I'm like, listen, I know you know I was out last night because it was a work do, but I'm fucking burst, so I can't come in because I got fucked up last night. And they took it. And then they were like, well, we'll get a meeting when you come back. I came back, right? Went into the meeting. Like, well, we admire your honesty, but I was fucking burst. I was no fit state to come
we
to
never
work.
have a night out before a day of work.
We did. My shift was the next day because I phoned in and was like, I am fucking burst. And I know you were all there. So there's no denying this. I'm fucked and can't come in. And I was. And they were like, we admire your honesty, but you're going to get in trouble for this. I'm like, what did you expect? Man, there was fucking whiskey in that flowing. What the fuck do you expect? I was fucked.
There was somebody else's whiskey floating.
I was at my table.
Always somebody else's whiskey. Always somebody else's whiskey. Look,
and the guy came back and he's like,
why is there a straw in this? Okay, I'm not going to say I was a less now than what I was. I'm not saying I was a big drinker, but like I used to do drinking games at uni and that, and I used to do drinking games with whiskey. So it is what it is.
I see this shit, Buffalo Trace, and I'm gonna all credit goes to this guy here on the right. Got me it for my birthday, all right? And I thought Glenfiddich, which by the way I got for Christmas, I haven't even opened it. Got this for Christmas and got Glenfiddich for Christmas. Haven't opened the Fiddick. I thought that was my favourite till I tried this.
If I go any further, Jimmy, I could pick your nose.
Andy says I'm off, guys. Early start tomorrow.
You know your show should finish when your audience are telling you they're away. Fucking hell! Aye.
All the best, my man.
It's probably time. It's probably time to wrap up.
Aye,
agreed.
So Enfield, I think it was possibly a lot of pish, but there's still a wee bit of me that thinks it might have been something. So
I think there's part of it was true and part of it was pushed on.
We should go down and see it at some point.
Yeah,
that'd be.
Let's talk about that.
Talisker's the best.
Talisker's incredible.
I don't know what's the smoky one. Is that the Talisker?
There's several smoky ones.
It's very peaty.
Yes.
Because I tried
smoky. Ardbegs,
No, I've
peaty,
tried
not
Talisker
smoky
and
as
it was
much. Oban's a
fucking
bit of both.
stinking, man.
I
was-
see, Kevin. That's because you've just really started on whiskies. That's why.
No, it's no, man. I've been.
That's why you
whiskey
think
like-
Talisker tastes
No.
like TCP, but
No, Talisker is fucking stinking, man.
it's an acquired taste, which means it's minging, but you fucking get used to it.
Oh no, you haven't. You haven't.
He's
Oh,
again.
his camera doesn't even like Talisker. His camera's like, fuck off, mate. That's some fucked up shit. What was that? What is that?
That was
Okay,
Ardbeg.
yeah.
And we got Smokehead.
That
What
looks
else we
alright.
got?
That smokehead looks alright. Coffee's so strong it'll
Tom and
wake the
Tool.
dead.
Tom and Tool.
Tom and Tool,
Well,
yeah.
I've actually been to Tom and Tool. Lovely wee place.
Shut up.
I'm a
That's some old guy. That's some
Lafroy.
old guy shit to say. That's
Lapa
some old guy
Horrig.
shit to say. Mate.
Is that you? Game over.
Hey-oh.
Aye. Say, hey, shampoo. I love how you turned that the wrong way, man. That's brilliant.
And look,
Kevin,
look,
you're mirrored. I've just noticed that you're mirrored.
What are you doing with that coloured water, Kev? That's just.
I've not even broke a seal. Look, and the wife's mum got me this. Very much appreciated. Glenfiddich, which at the time was my favourite until
Is
you
that a
put
half
me on
bottle?
Trace. No, is it? Fuck.
No, they're shaped.
It's the real deal. It's the real
Oh,
deal,
you
man.
must just have big hands.
I do. My hands are fucking huge, man. Fucking huge.
Kevin the Giant. And
Like
the
my
one
knuckles,
peanut.
man. Look at that shit. Hey, did I tell you? Nah, I'll tell you off here.
Aye. I mean, to be
It's a
fair,
bit
that's
an-
just
It's a
whiskey.
bit of an
That's not-
assault. It's a bit of an assault.
Jesus.
That's not including the rums. That's just the whiskey.
A recent assault.
I'm going to need to take over this show, people. Right. Thank you very much for tuning into this episode that was about 4% about the Enfield haunting. It's been nice to have you here. We've enjoyed ourselves. We hope you
Untrue.
enjoyed yourselves.
Untrue.
Make sure you visit co-fi.com/Jibber Jabber podcast. Donate anything you want so we can go out and do some investigations. We'll be back next week or the week after with something else absolutely
Hey.
class. We'll try and stay on top. I'm doing that. Shut up! We're going to try and stay on topic. Thank you very much for tuning in. You guys have been great as always. Janice, you're awesome. Smart Duck, thanks for coming in. That other guy that sounded like some kind of Viking god. Thank you for your very first comment. Linda, thanks for listening to my farts, and it's been fucking awesome. And we'll see you the next time you all tune in. So I'm going to rely on Kevin now. I'm going to rely on Kevin now just to end the show so I don't look like a fucking knob. Right? So on the count of 3, thank you for watching and all that, and we'll see you next week. 3, 2, 1, and I'm still live. And I knew it was going to happen because that's what he always does. Because Kevin's a big, massive bag of fud. Kev, do you want to close out the show twice?
Wait a minute. We got a comment here for Trisha O'Boyle. O'Boyle, that's a new one. O'Boyle rules. You guys
That's what I
Mate,
love that.
we have to close this show. I've just
We're
got
going to. But she said you guys were great at the Bathgate Cinema. By the way, thank you for coming to that. We're going to do another one this year, Paranormal Part 2, where we will talk about all the cool, crazy shit at Bathgate Cinema. Trisha, thank you for tuning into the show. Smash that subscribe button when we go live next. You can catch us here. Everything you've seen at Bathgate Cinema live, you'll see here. I love the feedback. Everything about that was phenomenal. Next time will be class. Janice says, that looks like some killer alcohol there, Kieran. Yes, it is.
Certainly colours a
Bob
brain
Ritter
cells,
says
absolutely.
catch. And Janice says, bye, guys. Guys, thank you very much for joining in our show tonight.
Been a
And we
pleasure.
will motherfucking...
You bloody.
We will catch you guys on the flip
Oh, I've
side.
already finished the fucking show. Just switch it off. See you later. Bye. Tick.
Thank you for listening to Paranormal Pattern with Kev, J-Mac and Kieran in association with Jibber Jabber Podcast. You can watch future episodes live on Facebook Live and on YouTube. You can also catch up on our previous episodes on Apple Podcasts, Audible, Spotify and any available podcast database. Don't forget to check out our website at www.jibberjabberpodcast.com. Good night and sleep tight.